Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, because this is the internet and you can watch this anywhere at any time. I wanted to talk about getting bored in cardio. Come on, I know a lot of people don't like to admit it, but cardio is not necessarily the most fun and most popular, but if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you, right? So I have a little mental psychological trick that I use for myself that helps, especially with cardio. I will come up with patterns, and it helps sort of shake up the monotony. So this morning I was on the elliptical and I did my first 5 minutes and kind of got my heart rate where I wanted to be. And then the next 5 minutes, I would do a sprint for the first 20 seconds of the minute and then do back to my steady pace for the next 40 seconds. Did that for 5 minutes. Then the next 5 minutes, just as I was about to get zoned out and bored with that, I started to do sprint for 10 seconds and really push it hard, and then the next 50 seconds back to my steady pace. And it really doesn't matter what pattern it is or what you decide to do for each minute, as long as you're moving and as long as you are working and you feel, you know, the sweat and the challenge and the struggle. So I also do that in weight training, where I will group my numbers instead of doing 15, and this is also a Miyagawa trick from Mid-Breath. You do your 15, and for me in my head, I'm counting by sometimes 5s, or sometimes I'm counting by 3s, or I count up to 8 and then back down to 1. And then Miyagawa says, hi, 5 more, and I do 5 more. And then he says, hi, 2 more, and I do 2 more. And then he says 1 more, and then he says 5 more, and eventually I've done like 100. So I think that's something just to think about, taking your next best step and only looking at just what's right in front of you, achieving that, and just taking a little bit at a time. So, you know, there's a quote from one of my favorite comedies, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, where she says you can do anything for just 10 seconds. So you do it for 10 seconds, then you do it just for 10 more seconds. And if you can find a way to do that, you can find a way to change it up and add some variety to keep your mind engaged, but also distracted from just the monotony and how your body might be feeling, and wandering off into other things that might be distracting, like, I don't know, toxic people in your life, or the just terrible news story that is flashing across the screen. You find that focus and shake up that monotony and just do that next best thing, take the next best step toward your goal, and before you know it, you are gonna look back and you will not recognize the place that you came from. Remember, the person you started as is the person who had the strength to take the first step. All you have to do is take the next step.